Hello, Cozy here. And it's been a very long time since I have streamed Slay the Princess. I definitely want to apologize for um, taking such a long time with returning to this game. I want to say the last time I um, returned to this game, it had to have been 2 months ago, actually. So 2 months ago, I had played Slay the Princess. I believe I got about 4 hours and 10 minutes of content for this playthrough. And then I want to say I've also been juggling Silent Hill 2 Remake when it comes to streaming. I think 2 months ago, I was also streaming Life is Strange. So I wanted to get a full playthrough of Life is Strange out there to kind of, because it was really October is Life is Strange month, really, unofficially. The game takes place between October 7th and October 11th, and then the anniversary of episode 5, I believe that was on October 20th. So Slay the Princess, I got backlogged with games I needed to stream about. So I apologize for not concluding the playthrough, but here we are. The weather outside complements this game right about now. I mean, it's not nighttime, but it's pretty gray outside. And I thought, you know what? This is a great idea. I have, as per tradition, I do have a drink with me. It is a Dr. Pepper strawberry and cream. I should have gotten the zero sugar version, because there is quite a bit of sugar in this. It's about 39 grams of sugar. So, I will definitely be getting zero sugar versions of both the strawberries and cream and also the holiday creamy vanilla of Coke. Now, this is, as titled, this is the finale. 100% the finale, if I am not mistaken. We've got one more vessel to go. So if I'm not mistaken, I believe the last vessel that we had was Happily Ever After. I want to say it was Happily Ever After. So I think where I was going was I started it off with violence, I think, and then I went to a more passive route. So what I'm going to do is I think I have an idea on who my last vessel is going to be. And I guess without that being said, let's dive into it. Let's continue. We looped again, unfortunately. So we're here to slay her. If you don't, it'll be the end of the world. The end of the world? What are you talking about? Should we play dumb? I like it. I honestly like the options of entertaining the narrator. I think they nailed all of the dialogue options for chapter 1. I love the explore options. Like, have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
while I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her. Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
That's probably the funniest. That's probably like the funniest chapter 1 dialogue option that I love choosing. I choose it every time I run this game because that question and his response is just comedic. Are you a monarchist? Slaying a seamstress contributes something of value to society is crazy. I don't think I got the stranger. Yeah, I don't think I got the stranger. So we're not going to turn around and leave. We're just going to...
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
I just want to say I love when you play these games, right? I see this usually amongst like visual novel games, but I just love the idea of like a narrator talking to you. Whether or not you, as in the game avatar, or you, the player. And the way that I think they wrote this game, it blends very cleverly because especially when you're playing this game, sometimes you wonder if the narrator's talking to you, the player, or if the narrator's talking to like the person you're playing as. So there's definitely some like fourth wall breaking when you play this game, just with the way that they cleverly wrote the script. I appreciate that a lot because in a lot of these situations, when you play this game, you're like, "Is he talking to me?" Especially well, we haven't gotten there yet, but especially in certain sequences, it makes you wonder if he's both, like he's talking to both you, the player, and also the game avatar. So I love when developers do that fourth wall breaking when they're talking to you, the player. I think the Dead by Daylight dating sim does the same thing. I think it's a little more literal with that game because they are 100% talking to you, the player. And I don't think anybody in the world, like in that dating sim world, I don't know if they know. I mean, I don't even remember like like us having like a game avatar in that dating sim. I believe. I mean, I would assume that we would have one, but the game doesn't acknowledge that. The game, everybody that you talk to are talking. Well, I guess everyone's talking to like you, like I guess the player you're playing as, but the narrator is talking to you, specifically, the player. I love when games do that. I know Doki Doki Literature Club does that. Needy Girl Overdose does that as well. But But Need to Grow Overdose kind of does that. I think that game does it pretty cleverly as well, because while Ame is calling you Peachan, it's presumed that like maybe she's talking to your game avatar, and I think she is talking to the game avatar. But you just don't know. I mean, the line is very blurred. She could be talking to you, the player. So I like that a lot. I think that's just... It definitely enriches, I think, the gaming experience when you play games, and they kind of incorporate you into that. So, definitely good in my opinion. Let's continue, though. I think at this point, we're probably just going to silently walk to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Because we already got Happily Ever After, I think... So, I'm pretty sure since we got Happily Ever After, I think what's going to happen is that we're going to be like... He's going to lock us in the basement, and then he's going to do the thing where he takes over our bodies. And then I think instead of resisting, we're going to have to stab her. And I think that's going to push us to fight. And I think we could either give up there. At that point, we could give up, get Tower, and then go into Apotheosis, and we could kind of hit. You know, that might not be a bad idea. Let me go ahead and save this real quick. We'll save this right here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Tower. I'm going to do something. I'm going to go into Tower. And then what I'll do is, if we don't get Tower, then I will go the Spectre route. So we'll just enter the basement, and then we'll just proceed.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains? Okay.
Okay, so I think immediately we have some options that are just not available. If we do that, that might trigger Nightmare. And I don't think I want to do that. I love Nightmare. Nightmare is probably one of my favorite routes. But I think if I wanted to go for like a forbidden knowledge, like a cosmic horror route, I probably would go for all of the routes that like essentially like break the route. So like Moment of Clarity, Apotheosis, stuff like that. What I might do is I might stream again on Twitch, in the future, and just do another Slay the Princess, like stream, and we'll probably go for that route. Just that cosmic horror, like forbidden knowledge, fourth wall, breaking the game type of run, where we get all of the princesses that essentially do that or aid into doing that. So Apotheosis, Moment of Clarity, probably Princess and the Dragon, Stranger. Like, I'm sure I'm missing like one or I'm missing a few other routes that definitely do that too. But so that'll be a Twitch stream, and then I'll probably post that on YouTube as well. That'll be like another mega Slay the Princess stream, because what I want to do is do the cosmic route, just the cosmic horror route. I think that'll be really great. For now, though, we're not going to do that. I'll try my best to give you guys a taste of that game-breaking route, because I really want to get to Tower. So let's ask her for her name, get her out the chains, and see what happens next.
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Sooner or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
Thank you for believing me. Now, can you help me get out of here?
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
It's so jarring how she goes from like innocent, cute, shy little princess to a feral creature.
Here, but if there's a time to strike, it's
but you know, maybe she's been thinking about this for a very long time.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Oh shit, I just realized. Ooh. Wait, what? Wait, what?
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's
What?
back. Fine. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard! Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used.
That was completely wrong.
Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job. The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room. Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place.
See, this panel, she looks kind of feral, so I'm hoping that this...
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
This is the end, isn't it?
If this goes into the beast, I'm gonna restart.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, shit. Okay. Alright. So I'm gonna load. I hated to do that, but I'm gonna have to load the game. I really don't want it to go to the beast. I wonder if I locked myself out of that. I don't believe I did Tower. I don't think I did Tower or Apotheosis. I wish there was a way to check my progress. Shit. Hold on. I wonder if there's a... What happened here? What did I do? Well, what happened last time? So cold is there. Oh, okay. So my last one was Princess and the Dragon. So I did Princess and the Dragon. Okay, so I already went through the Spectre route and then did, the Dragon and all of that. Okay. Wow. That's a lot. So we killed her, and then okay. We'll take the blade
from the table.
Because now I'm a little curious now
princess and save the world
as far as what I'm gonna do. I can't remember if I already did Apotheosis. I'm not sure. We'll have to. We might be locked in for Beast or Razor.
A staircase faintly illuminated.
We might be locked out
in the room below. This is an oppressive place.
If I had to choose between the Razor route and Beast route, I would probably.
If If the princess really lives
I'd
here,
probably go the razor
Slavery is probably
route.
doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Yeah, I'd probably
She
go the razor
sounds
route.
dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Oh,
There's a chain
man.
around her wrist, binding her to the
Yeah, well, I
floor.
definitely locked myself out
She's so
of what I wanted to do. I don't think I'll be able to access tower
She really
this
fought
way.
to the world.
But I know there's different ways to get to tower. I figured if I had just given up, because that's one of the triggers. And I'm pretty sure I did adversary or Eye of the Needle, whatever. I'm pretty sure I did do that. Oh shit, let me see here. I'm just here to talk. What if I just steal my nerves?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Well, yeah, that's true. There are no wrong choices, but since I've already played this game, I've beaten it quite a few times. I'm trying to go. I'm trying to get a specific princess. So that's kind of why I was kind of like trying to figure out what I was going to do. But yeah, I played this game back in. I think I played this game before the Pristine Cut came out. And then once the Pristine Cut did come out, I played it. I made a whole playthrough on PC, and then I made a whole playthrough on console. This game's incredible, honestly. It was one of my favorite games of last year. I'm glad that I was able to find the game, I guess. Because I know a lot of people came to play this game whenever the Pristine Cut came out. But it's just nice to have been a part of the ride getting to Pristine Cut. Because I believe I was watching Manly Badass Hero play the earlier versions of this game. And then I finally... I want to say after that, I played the game, and then I played it before the Pristine Cut came out, so it was nice to see all the changes and additions to the new game. So that's really cool. But now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna save again. We're gonna save again. Because I want to get to a specific princess. And if I don't get that, then I'm going to load. So. Let's see. We're going to see if this jumps to... I'm going to drop the blade. I don't have... what should I do? What should I do? Let me try this real quick.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed.
Hold on, okay. I must say, I must reload. Let's see what happens if I... You know what? I'm not dropping the blade. Drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess.
Alright, so let's exhaust the dialogue with the princess. And then if...
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish.
Once I grab the blade again, we'll figure out if it just locks us in for Beast. If it locks us into Beast, then I'll reload one more time. And then whatever I choose, we just go forward from there.
What an awkward start to a relationship. I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
What do we do? You know, I want to go ahead and I want to just privy through this so that way I can see if I actually get to chapter 2 of the prince that I want. So, let's figure it out.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Well, we just dropped the blade.
Down here, intended for her to
I find it funny that even when we carry the blade downstairs,
her chains somewhere in the
it auto-locks us to this specific part because we dropped the blade. I would think that there would be a different sprite or just a different section, a subsection, I guess, where we're like, oh, the blade is here. The blade's literally on the floor. So...
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
She speaks with almost complete
Never mind.
nonchalance.
I shut up now.
If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place
Okay,
the blade against the
I think I know
princess's
exactly
arm
how to get to
with a
Tower
massive,
now.
Unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Sure, yeah, approach the locked door.
No,
And I do agree with everything that you said.
You can't just let her
It was
escape
kind of
into
nice
the
being in the
world.
Discord
No.
for Slay the Princess and just kind of hearing all of the, not really hearing, but
As the princess
reading
approaches the bottom stair,
the
your
process
body
of
steps
developing this
forward and
game
raises
from,
the blade. Wait, this
Abby.
isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
So, if I'm correct... Well, wait, we can warn her. Now, hold on for a second. If we warn her... If we warn her and if she resists... No, if we warn her and then I resist again, that's going to lead us to Prisoner. And Prisoner's not exactly what I want to bring. So... Well, the only thing is I got Adversary already. I already did that route. I think that was my first route that I did. So... Yeah, I don't really want Prisoner. That wasn't exactly who I wanted. My last stream that I did, dang, I had the idea of who I wanted to get. But I don't want Prisoner. No offense, I love the Prisoner route. The Prisoner route's great. And Cage. So I'll probably... Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out if, for Tower though, do I need to press Slay the Princess, or do I need to warn her first and then Slay? I should know this, but I've played this game so many times, but I don't know exactly every choice to get to each route. I would go for Apotheosis. Fury's good, but Apotheosis is a lot more my shtick. I'm aiming for, I want to get Apotheosis. That's what I want to do. Slay, warn, slay, warn, slay, warn, slay. But to get to Tower, though, do I warn her or do I slay her? Obviously, I'm not going to actually slay her, like, if I press slay, but I think I have to actually put the knife in her back. Alright, I'm gonna save. I'll overwrite this save because, yeah. Let's see. Let's do it.
You bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. Okay. There's no going back now.
Oh, wow.
Though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she barely so much as flinches, turning around to stare at you incredulously.
Are you serious? I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with one. But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
Yeah, we're gonna give up.
As the blade falls from your trembling hands,
I love how the narrator, I love the narrator's size.
Shattering haymaker. You fall to your knees, barely able to process the ringing in your ears before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you. If we're lucky, the wound you manage to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she gets out.
Oh, too weak to even try fighting back. How disappointing.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end like this, right? I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
We definitely do die. Also, thank you for that. I will definitely
You're on a path in the woods.
use that to get to apotheosis. It sounds like the stream on YouTube is delayed a little bit, which that sucks.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself. Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. Of course we died. She didn't feel pain. She didn't feel much of anything, did she? And she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die. What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless. She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end. Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway, and I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse. For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage any time in the near future. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal. Probably. Do you not know what we look like? He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us. As do I. And yeah, there is. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen. No blade this time. Yeah, Maybe she'll be more receptive if we're unarmed. Blade, no blade, it doesn't matter. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase, its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Yes.
You weren't kidding.
I chose no
She
blade.
wasn't like this last time. You shouldn't have come down here unarmed. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her.
So...
We need to see her. Should we be worried about
Yeah.
your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
Kneel.
But the words don't leave your mouth. Instead, your legs buckle and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay, first things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Shit.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart. All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful God unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
That's shit. Okay. I think I did. I'm not gonna cap. I think I screwed up. I won't lie. I think I did screw up here. Yeah, I might have to reload. Yeah, I might have to reload. Let me see what happens though after this. Hold on, because if I go, yeah, okay, cool. Let me see what happens if I pledge.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent? All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you, where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine. Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon. All you need to do is believe it's been done. her chains shatter, and the cuff falls
Ah,
from
so
her
that's how you get the tower.
and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave. Nothing, and then everything.
Okay. All right. Well, now I know. Okay, I'm gonna reload. So I kind of understand why. I'm not gonna lie. I do think they kind of did Tower dirty when it comes to if you just want, like, if you want the Tower, princess. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty weak compared to like gaining other chapter 2s. Obviously the point is to get the chapter 3 princess, but if you want to get the chapter 2 princesses, I think a lot of other chapter 2 princesses have a bit more effort in their chapter 2, like Nightmare, for example. Nightmare, like her chapter, collecting her is just, there's so much effort, so much gravitas to that chapter 2 and getting that route or getting that vessel. But for Tower, it was pretty quick and easy, and maybe that was the intention.
You bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Okay. There's no going back now.
Skip. Yeah, give up.
As the blade falls.
I won't lie. Nightmare is my favorite princess out of all of the princesses. And she was also, I want to say she was also my intro to the game too, because in a way, I think it's a very realistic path to go to. You're in the woods, you go to a cabin, you go down to the basement, you see somebody locked up, you're not really on the left side or the right side, and you just decide to just leave. And then you get jump scared and all that stuff, and you die. So I think a lot of people it's a lot more realistic for a lot of people to go down that route and then get Nightmare. So when I compare Nightmare to Tower, I think Nightmare's chapter clears Tower's chapter by a long shot. And I think it's because for Tower, it's pretty clear that they want you to go into chapter 3. It's very clear. It's clear cut. Like, it's very simple. There's not a lot of effort into that. So, yeah. And I agree with all that too, honestly. It's pretty clear that they don't want you to get Tower. And that's okay. I guess some chapter 2s, the effort's not going to be equal to all the other chapter 2s. But anyway, let's just she's gonna kill me again.
Again? People don't die.
I did get the gray. Now, I did get the gray, not the playthrough that I'm streaming, but a previous playthrough I did get gray, and
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
yeah, that was very depressing.
No one can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot
100%
harder than
depressing.
you think to keep
Also,
secrets.
there's just some routes that there's some chapter 3s where you can't get me to go to them. That's why I haven't 100% the game yet. Like killing Damsel in her chapter 2 section of the game. The only time I would probably I did do that, but I did that once just to see what would happen, but I probably would never do it again. Same thing with killing Happily Ever After, or abandoning Thorn, or even killing Thorn. I would never do it. And that's probably why I won't 100% this game. You know, like Happily Ever After, Thorn, Princess and the Dragon. When you get to those sections of the game, it is heart-wrenching to kill or abandon them. So, like, I would never do it. Those decisions I'll gladly watch on YouTube, so I can see, you know, what happens. But I personally won't do it.
From slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please, try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway. And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse. For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage any time in the near future. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal. Probably. Do you not know what we look like? He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us. As do I. And yeah, there is. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
I want to say... Oh, the music won. The music composer Brandon Boone, he won an award. That's amazing. Wow. That's honestly pretty cool. I loved My Side. Okay, I think what's gonna kill that game is how long it's gonna take for, I guess, the full game to be completed. I mean, yes, it officially launched last year, I think last December, and that was fantastic. That was a great game. But, it's not complete. Like, Peaceful Mode's not out yet. I'm pretty sure Peaceful Mode's supposed to come out sometime in 2026. And for a game like My Side, I'm just not... I think it's only 2 people also working on that game, too. I might be wrong. But I know it's a very small, team of people that did My Side. So I really hope that My Side does pick up some steam. I think if it's been pretty silent in 2025. Obviously, it came out December of 2024, so it didn't really have a chance in 2024 to thrive, and then it had a few months in 2025 to really take off. But outside of the first, I would say that late winter to early spring time frame, My Side's been completely quiet. I mean, I can check the My Side subreddit right now, and not subreddit, but the Discord right now. There hasn't been any announcements, which is, that really sucks. I know, like I said, Peaceful Mode was supposed to come out in 2026, but that's about it. I mean, they've been doing different things, like posting little pictures and stuff like that, but nothing about the actual, game itself. I know there was a manga that's apparently coming out now, which that's gonna be kind of cool. Curious how they would handle that. And I believe in 2025, I believe this year they also focused on getting an English dub and getting, different dubs out for the game. So hopefully now that those are official, I'm hoping that 2026 will be kind of the year that My Side, gets back up into a little bit. So I'm excited to see where that goes. I think that's going to be interesting for My Side. They definitely need that. But I'll probably stream that once Peaceful Mode hits next year. But we're going to take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would
Sorry,
be
that was a little
difficult to
quick.
persuade a princess to
Quick, I got
save
on
the
a
world
tangent
with a
about my
weapon.
side. But it's okay. Because I love my side.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase, its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions.
Oh, 100%.
If he's round
I am
the
praying for.
princess, they get you to the princess.
I'm praying for Mita. Great Mita. Also, that team is very small as well. But I really do hope that console support comes. I hope console support happens for my side. If it could happen for Doki Doki Literature Club, for Slay the Princess, Slay the Princess, a small group of people made this game. If console support can happen for Slay the Princess, I'm really hoping console support will happen for my side. I really do think my side would thrive on console. Already, I want to say there's I don't even know how many people are in here. There's like hundreds of thousands of people in this one Discord alone for my side, and I think that's a testament to itself.
Making your way
But yes, that game definitely needs some console support. Hopefully 2026. Anyway, I believe I was trying to get the Apotheosis route.
Entering the vast temple-like
So,
room beyond.
let's do this. Get to the end game.
Princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight.
Have a good time.
Her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor. But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel. Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay, first things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart. Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet. I say, perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. What she wants.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade.
You're right, you can't win a battle that you already lost.
Blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer. You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway. You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To defy me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
Yeah, I won't lie. She's not out of all of the chapter 2 princesses that maybe make sense to give to the shifting mound. I'm sorry. Tower's not in that conversation at all. I mean, and this is why I go back to saying that chapter 2, like, Tower is like, they want you to get to chapter 3 when it comes to Tower. They want you to get to chapter 3 because, honestly, if we think about this, does anybody really want to bring the Tower vessel back to the shifting mound? What kind of perspective does that giving Tower to the shifting mound? I honestly think Tower's chapter 3, either scenarios, are a lot more fruitful. And I think that's probably the intention behind Tower. Like, one note, black and white, you're not changing anything. Go ahead and go to chapter 3. So while, like, maybe 30 minutes ago I was complaining about chapter 2 not really having a lot of effort into it, I still understand why they wrote this the way that they did.
Oh, we'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
And we can't resist either. Well, I already know that if we slay ourselves, we will go into chapter 3, 100%. But if we slay her... No, I'm not going to do that, because if we slay her, I think I remember what happens if we follow through with that. I think that'll take me into Fury if I do that, so we'll just slay ourselves.
No, you can't just slay yourself. You're perfectly healthy and capable, and all you have to do is ignore her and do what has to be done. The blade and the hand that wields it remain firmly locked in place until you change your mind and decide to do literally anything else.
Look at you quaking against my will. An ant defying a god. It's pointless to resist. In the end, everything submits to oblivion. But you're not the one resisting me, are you? There's something else in there. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I
don't care what you are. You're mine.
You bring the blade to your neck. You slice through soft flesh, severing veins and arteries, your blood flowing freely down your body. It's a painful lesson in obedience, but the pain won't last forever. No.
When I see you again, you'll free me from my chains and deliver me to the destiny that lies beyond this place.
We will. I promise.
I know you will.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
And here we are
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path... Oh, let me guess, and at the end of the path is a cabin! Excuse me? Come on, man. We can see it right in front of us. And besides, we've been here like, what, 5 times already? I think this is 3. Who cares? The woods are always the worst part anyway. Nothing ever happens in them. I care. Every single time you've been here, it means an entire other reality has been damned to oblivion. One reality is already an incalculable loss. And there is a massive difference between 3 and 5. Feels like the numbers getting thrown around here are too big not to be abstract. Numbers like 5. Numbers like entire realities. At the end of the day, it's all just silly, isn't it? None of us can count to a whole reality, and he's asking us to think about the difference between 3 and 5. You're already starting to lose the thread. Just because you can't personally sum up the contents of an entire reality doesn't mean that the people inhabiting it don't contain moral value. If you have any sense of ethics left in there, if you have any moral compass, please, you have to stop her. Don't you get it? Might makes right, and she didn't even have to touch.
We've got 4 vessels so far, so...
So what?
Apotheosis
Supposed to submit to her authority without question.
would be our 5th.
I knew when to surrender to our better.
And,
Eventually anyway, and it would only have
I've done this route,
angry.
but
It would only have made things worse for all of us.
I've only done one of the endings of this route.
Can you all please just get on with it?
I haven't done... There's another route where
Do we even
it
have
kind of
agency right now?
ends with like a 4th wall break, in a way. I say that in a way, but
Please, nothing in life is a binary.
I've only read that in the art book that they released,
You all talk about
and I was like, I've never gotten that, so let me go ahead and do that.
choice when it
So I will
comes
walk
to
in here
the
blind and
world.
try to get
I'm going to cut you off right there.
that specific
Not a
ending.
lot, and the more times you fail,
So.
the harder it becomes for you to succeed. But the fact that you're still here means you still have a chance to pull this off. So, Princess, Dangerous, Cabin,
Yes.
Play.
I did get to the end of the game. I've done a few playthroughs of this game already, so this stream is not really blind in a way. Like, it's not my first time playing this game all the way through. I just recently got into streaming, and I figured why not stream one of my favorite games of the past, like, 5 years.
And right now, you have neither the time nor the mental
Yes.
ability to handle a single
There was an art book, and the only reason why I found that out was because I was in the Black Tabby Games Discord, and one of their announcements was that they were releasing like an art book for Slay the Princess, and like a vinyl and a physical copy of the game and all that stuff. So I pre-ordered the art book, and the art book got delivered, I think, like last week. And the whole art book is like, it's set up where it's like one of those interactive books where it's like, if you do this, go to page 9. So it's like that. But every page gives you like for the chapters, it shows you like most to all of the endings of those chapters. So when I was reading Apotheosis, I saw the ending where, you know, you and her try to see further beyond. And I was like, you know what? I need to get that route because I never got that route. So here I am, and I'm going to try to get that route.
As you finish your inane question, the ground quakes beneath your feet. You feel an unyielding force pulling at you and your surroundings. The trees start to sway and then crumble, breaking apart as everything is drawn towards the cabin. Even the earth beneath you seems to shift, your feet unable to grip solid ground as you're dragged forward along with everything else.
The end of everything. The beginning of something new. The moment we open that door, she will be free.
Any, words of warning? You already know everything you need to know. As you step forward, the cabin explodes. You're flung backwards, violently slamming into a tree as debris rains down around you. You watch in paralyzed awe and terror as the princess emerges, her body unfurling from some vast space as she stands upright to face you. The world bows to her. The ruined landscape shifts, trees and stone and the ground itself succumbing to her gravity, orbiting her like a great black hole.
Finally, the little bird has set me free. This is always how it was going to end. And this is always how it was going to begin.
There's a loud thunk from the tree behind you as something embeds in its shattered bark. Your pristine blade. It's now or never.
Let me see. What to do, what to do.
Well, we could always run away, right? To where? I don't know. Anywhere.
You're all ruining the moment of her ascension. Have you no respect for the divine?
Oh, you can flee. Take the blade, embrace your new... Okay, I'm gonna save. I'm saving this right now. Because those are three really great options. I never saw the flee option. So that's very interesting. I know. Fleeing sounds so funny. Like, it would be a very nice comedic moment to just flee. Like, I think that would be so dope. And hey, I got that reference. I got the wink reference. Now, I usually just grab the blade and I fight her. So I want to choose either Embrace Your New Goddess or Flee. I think the construct ending involves either embracing her or fleeing her. Huh. And I don't have, since this run, I do not have Paranoid, which I really want to get Paranoid, but I think getting Paranoid requires me to go through the tower route without the blade. But I think I might have to... Apotheosis probably would have to be one of the first vessels that I get. Because when I tried the no knife route, I couldn't resist. The option to resist was grayed out, and I had to submit. But if I was able to resist and then go into but the thing is, I got Contrarian though. I got Contrarian instead of Paranoid. Ah, yes, the kneeling. I forgot about that. Yes, so the kneeling, I think that was my only option, was to kneel. Had I had gone into Apotheosis without kneeling, I think I would have gotten Paranoid. But I'll probably do another stream where I do like alternate, dialogue options, and maybe Apotheosis will be part of it. So I think for now we're going to flee.
Cowed to your core, you turn to flee, leaping from the piece of floating debris and into the empty space beyond where the woods used to be. This isn't cowardice, this is a calculated move. Sure it is. Can it be a bit of both? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't just a little afraid of her.
Are you so awestruck by my glory that you cannot bear to look at me? I think not.
As you fall, a great force pulls at the back of your neck, violently yanking you away from whatever lack of destination you were headed towards.
Now, witness me!
Yes, Your Grace.
She turns you to face her. The scruff of your neck is held firmly between two giant fingers.
I'm not gonna lie.
So much for running away.
I forgive you your transgressions, but my destiny...
She is amazing, but at the same time, her premise of us at this point is not equal, it's not romantic, it's
And yet she
underling
extends her
energy.
mercy. We should do as she says. Why are you all resisting in the first place?
Do you know how amazing this would be if she, had the personality of, Princess and the Dragon, or Happily Ever After, or something? I don't know. Or imagine if you were able to kind of flirt with her, you know how in Razor you're able to flirt. That would be amazing. I do think they should have had more romance options, choice dialogues in the game. You know how for Thorn you can kiss her, for Razor you can riz her up and by giving her the look. Well, it would be nice if other vessels you had romance, options like that. The look is that was so funny when I saw that. The look. Oh, I'm speaking too soon? Okay.
So much for spiting her. Spiting him it is.
Good.
I have no other option.
Your heart opening to mine.
Her words are like a gentle tug, drawing you closer to the mountain of her body.
Is this about to be a hug?
You land softly on her shoulder.
Oh.
Her skin is warm and comforting. This really is the end. Is it the end? We're still here.
The night sky unweaves into a textured nothingness. Oh,
Us
okay.
and This is her power. This is where we're meant to be.
He's really gone? Huh, that's unexpected. But he would have said something by now if he were.
Oh, we know why he's gone.
Right? Yeah. Never knew when to shut up, that one. It's part of why I liked him so much. I can't believe all it took to make him disappear was saying no once. What happens now?
This world is but an illusion, keeping us from my ascension.
Ooh.
A play of shadows dancing on the wall.
How about she just reaches
The
out?
flame may be snuffed, but the wall remains.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take your advice, and I'm gonna also save again.
See? This is nice.
I probably saved too late, but you know, whatever.
She's helping us. She's helping everyone.
Her grip tightens, and somehow you feel it. The pain sits at the limits of your comprehension, like an endless sea of hands falling onto you. Oh God. You lose yourself in the darkness. Ooh. That's what you meant by saving. Okay. Wow. Wow. Wow, I've only seen this in the art book. So to actually see this, like, is amazing. So yeah, so let's see this through. Do I scream in unintelligible agony? We don't suffer in silence. If there's anything the last like 20 years has proven is that we don't suffer in silence. How about... Wait. What does she say if you... Wait, what? You have to stop this. I can't take it. You're hurting me. Suffer in silence? Scream in unintelligible agony. I did save this, right? Okay, I did. Shit.
It will be over soon, little bird. Then your eyes will open, and all of this pain will seem but the fading memory of a distant dream.
Soon? Soon? Does that mean there's gonna be more? My only comfort is that he isn't here to see us suffer. He would love that, wouldn't he?
The textured nothing is ripped open, and with it, you are ripped open. Amid a sea of dissociative pain, you can feel everything that is pouring out of you into the ether. You feel something else, to anger. I need to lash out and hurt that which is hurting you.
Hurt her. Do something, anything, to make it stop.
No, if suffering is what she demands of us, suffering is what we'll give. Why would I doubt our God?
It is so tempting to see what's on the other side of that great big nothing, but I think I'm gonna lose myself if this goes on for much longer. Why do we have to be the ones going through all this pain while she gets all the benefits?
Blasphemer. We have been given the gift of offering ourselves to a higher purpose, and you spit in its face.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why she was... Oh, okay. That's right. I think you did mention that you hadn't seen past Act 3 yet, LMR. But the question is, do we suffer in the darkness alone? Or do we make her suffer with you? Mind you, throughout chapter 2 and this chapter, it's been very one-sided, right? The relationship is like, it's her and then we're like way beneath her. We're not equal at all. There's no romance. There's no understanding. It's just like, you are a peon and I am the royalty. Like, I'm the prize. And then she even said in chapter 2, like, I do have a position for you, but it's not of an equal. Something to be kept. Do you really think that that perspective has changed in Apotheosis? No. Despite all of her warmth and glory and looks as well, she still doesn't treat us equally. So, honestly, if it were me in this position, I would want to make her suffer as well. So that way, she can further understand us. And I think that's what this game is also about too. Yin and yang. So, without further ado, let's see what happens when we make her suffer with us. You are a wave of tendrils racing against themselves and down the shape of an arm. You snap out of it. Relief, as a massive burden is lifted from you. You are in one piece. You are in your body. Your eyes open. Before you is a massive form of the princess, arms bound by the texture. Nothing behind her, a hole in the world leading into something beyond, something beautiful.
I knew it! That old windbag was hiding all kinds of secrets from us. There's a whole world out there.
I don't know what to say. It's just so beautiful. Doesn't the mere sight make all the misery worth it?
It's not all that.
What did you do to me? I was supposed to be perfect. I was supposed to be a god. I was all of those things. And now I'm not. All because of you. We could have had everything. If only you had given me a little more, we could have been free on the wings of my glory. Now we're stuck here. Forever.
I, for one, am perfectly happy to be stuck here forever. It's more than worth it if that's the price we paid for taking her down a peg.
And I think that's the point. I think we definitely need to take her down a peg.
It's gone. No,
And now, wow, I mean, she
We'll
looks...
suffer so much better if we get to try again.
They draw her very well.
It's so cold here. If this wasn't enough, then what is?
Okay. Now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to see what happens if we choose some other different options.
It will be over soon, little bird. Then your eyes will open, and all of this pain will seem but the fading memory of a distant dream.
Soon?
Soon? Does that mean there's gonna be more?
My only comfort is that he isn't here to see us suffer. He would love that, wouldn't he?
Now I'm going to see what happens if I just keep my mouth shut.
Yes. Hurt her. Do something, anything, to make it stop.
No, if suffering is what she demands of us, suffering is what we'll give. Why would I doubt our God?
It is so tempting to see what's on the other side of that great big nothing, but I think I'm gonna lose myself if this goes on for much longer. Why do we have to be the ones going through all this pain while she gets all the benefits?
Blasphemer. We have been given the gift of offering ourselves to a higher purpose, and you spit in its face.
This time, we're going to suffer in the darkness alone. And then, depending on how this goes about, I think I'm going to reload again. And then choose the first option. We'll just see how it goes.
You've done so well, little bird. Behold, the fruit of your anguish.
Where are we?
Does it even matter? Here, there, it's all the same.
You're all starting to sound like me.
Another save, huh? Your vision focuses revealing what has been done. The world has opened up, and beyond is something beautiful.
Oh. What is that? I think I want to be there.
It's where we're supposed to be.
Can we come back if we go there? I don't want to go there if it means we can't come back. Were we supposed to stop? I don't think this is over.
After everything I cast aside on my path to ascension, what remnant of the old could possibly be left to defy me?
Maybe yourself. Oof.
We have to be able to do something to help her. This can't be how it ends. It can't. It can't. It can't. It can't.
I think this is the end. I could feel every part of me freezing over.
This is a much better ending than the one that you usually get if you just run the fade with her, I won't lie. This is a much more emotionally depth
You have been the only thing I've ever known to show me grace.
ending.
I am sorry if I have not shown you the same.
And I think that her apology, I gotta do a deep dive on all of the Chapter 3's apologies. But,
Fly, little bird.
oh, that hit.
No, I don't want
That hit
to
me
be
hard.
somewhere she isn't. It would always be dark without her.
For some reason, her apology seems
It's what she wants for us.
200% genuine.
Of course we can. We can do whatever we want. And I believe in her.
But then it's gone. Wow. That's sad.
Mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
That was an amazing Chapter 3. They put a lot of effort into that Chapter 3 for Apotheosis. I'm actually very impressed with that. I'm very impressed.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing. I don't want to look at us. Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you. A mercy. You're not messing with us, right? I think you know what I am. The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me. Oh, did I? That means nothing in the grand scheme of things. This construct you're in contains every possible world at once. The fact that you managed to find one reality among trillions where I was delusional proves nothing.
I don't know about that, Mr. Narrator. I think the fact that there was a reality where you actually did doubt your own, not really ambition, but you doubted your own plan, cough, happily ever after, and you saw the result of your plan taken into fruition, and thus became super giga mega depressed. You know, I don't think that means you're delusional at all. If anything, that should have been something that you took into consideration before trapping yin and yang in a construct. All right, LMR, thank you for checking this out. We still got Endgame, so if you may come back and I might still be here. But if you come back and the stream is done, I really appreciate you setting your time to watch this with me. And you can see what happens because this stream will be available after I'm done. But I hope I see you in the next one, though.
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore. Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right. You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I hate this. I hate this sequence because there's clearly not enough fragments to ask him everything, yet every time he answers a question, there are new dialogue options for the question that he answered, and it sucks that I can't ask all these questions. It's a shame. So, I mean, I think that's very intentional, because that means you really. I mean, I have what, three? Is that three? Yeah, three shards left. So I'm gonna try to ask questions that I have not answered, or I've not asked before. Um, let's see.
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand,
Never mind.
when the board is reset,
I have 5 pieces. Okay.
all I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Now I have 4. Okay. Some of the replies are at the bottom, though. Whenever I've tried getting answers out of you before, you've been absolutely impenetrable. Why are you suddenly being so open? I think we kind of know that. We kind of know the answer to that question. So I don't really want to ask that. For the sake of context, we'll go ahead and ask. I've asked this question before. What is the princess? So we'll go ahead and just ask that, just for the sake of the conversation. But for the final 2 shards, I want to try and pick some options that are a little more less common.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone. Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it.
The concept of taking away death from the cycle is very, I don't want to say interesting, but it's very, it's multifaceted. Or I guess multifaceted. Whichever one you like to use. The fact that that death, or I guess change, perception, all of that stuff is part of the princess, the shifting mound, a whole sentient being, and then us just saying, let's just axe her off. The fact that the narrator even believes that, you know, killing her and just living life forever, endlessly, without death. I mean, sometimes you wonder if that's really better than currently. You know what I mean? He really does want the endless loop. And I will say, at the beginning of this game, like when you play this game, and you're like, oh, okay, you play your chapter 1. Think of it from like the perspective of like the game avatar. So like you, the long quiet. You know, you're going to the cabin, something happens, a loop happens. You know, a loop happens and all of that stuff. And then as you continue your journey, I can't imagine just continuously looping. And with that, without like any kind of destination or just an end. So it's very interesting. But also, when you think about it, if some versions of the princess have that ability to break the fourth wall, maybe not even break the fourth wall, but also just break the construct in general, to see beyond, it's very interesting that the shifting mound does not let a piece of herself venture forward. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I think it makes sense. You would have a piece of her out there instead of her. Like, instead of, like, just you. Well, not you, but the shifting mound being incomplete because a piece of her goes into the world. What would happen if Apotheosis and you went into the world? I'm not sure. But I'm sorry, narrator. But if we want to do that, then we should be able to. So I think it's interesting that by like the narrator's fear of death, he, you know, splits us into two, you know, creates this whole construct for us. And the whole idea is that we're a hero and then she's a princess and we just need to kill her. But I don't think he took into consideration the fact that, like, what if the two halves of the coin find each other? I mean, two infinitely tied beings finding each other. You don't think that they would try to break out? Or see through things? That's what I love about this game. You know, I love Thorn. I love Happily Ever After. I love Nightmare. But there's something fascinating about the versions of the princess that are able to get a glimpse beyond like the horizon. Like Fury, Apotheosis, for example, like they're able to kind of see over the horizon. Like Apotheosis quite literally sees above the horizon, sees that this whole loop thing is an illusion, and then just kind of like goes beyond it. Kind of reminds me of like the cosmic beings in like DC that are able to kind of just they are outside of the multiverse and omniverse and all of that stuff. Yes, the Wilds as well. The Wilds is another one. That's another one that kind of sees throughout, like sees above the horizon. Vessels like that, I mean, you just can't help but be fascinated for that. But obviously, you know, Thorn, Happily Ever After, even Princess and the Dragon. Well, Princess and the Dragon, I'd probably lump her into you know, I'd lump Princess and the Dragons probably in the same tier as like Apotheosis, but probably lower on that scale, just because I mean, while Princess and the Dragon's able to see through both your perspective and hers, she kind of gets a glimpse of the loop. And that's what separates, that route from other routes. And that's what I love about that. I mean, I'm glad they didn't give that aspect to every route. It makes the specific routes or vessels special. Special, unique, all of that jazz. I mean, Apotheosis literally just takes, she sees over the horizon, just literally scratches the construct, and then you see the world. And she almost got there. The Wilds, a little bit different, but the Wilds also, when you two work together, you're also able to see the world. And break out of that construct, kinda. And then Princess and the Dragon, you both, see each other. Like I said, the vessels where you're one, or you're able to become one, are so special. Including Fury. Because I believe there is one of the endings for Fury is she does try to, well, actually she does, you guys link. Like, you guys do become one. So the routes like that are pretty great. And now I will say, routes where the princesses maybe not, they don't have that foresight, but they're able to hint towards the whole nothing and something element. That's also cool too. But again, some princesses are, they're a little more one note than others. And I love that you have that spectrum. If you want to be with the princess and be one note, you can do it. If you want something more applicable to reality, Happily Ever After, for example, you have that. And then if you have like the cosmic horror, if you like your vessels complicated like that, where you have the forbidden knowledge, like the route we just did, you have that too. So that's why this game's amazing. I went on another tangent, but the lore implications in this game are insane. I really hope that Black Tabby revisits Slay the Princess. I don't think there needs to be a sequel. I don't know. I don't think a sequel would work, but I hope that there's like a novelization that further expands on like the lore of the different routes, the world, the construct, what the world is, stuff like that. I think that would be pretty great. As far as Slay the Princess in general, I can't see them. I just can't see them making a sequel. But that's just me. Maybe they could. Who knows? Let's go ahead and get to the end. We're already at the end game, but I'm holding us up a little bit. So let me lock in. I need to lock in.
I didn't make her a princess, but I wove the idea of her into something your scattered mind.
But yes, pristine cut.
You chose.
Pristine cut's finished, and I still need to play Scarlet Hollow. I'm sure Scarlet Hollow is going to be really great. I know the first episode's free. I'll probably play the first episode and see how I feel about that. I really do hope that they can revisit Slay the Princess at some point. I don't think there needs to be a sequel for Slay the Princess, but if they're able to like revisit the game and like add more updates to the game, like for example, I think the last update they switched out, I think for Happily Ever After, instead of Paranoid, they used Skeptic. So like Skeptic has all of Paranoid's lines now. If they could do updates on that scale where they add different voices for different routes and stuff like that, I'm not saying they need to add a whole new route. Now, if they decided to come back later and they're like, we could compromise by like adding a whole new route, I think that would be great. And I think that's how you kind of keep this game alive in a way. Just small updates here and there. There does not need to be a Slay the Princess 2. I don't even know how you would tackle that. And I'm sure their brains would explode if they wanted to tackle that. But I definitely think if they added like 2 new routes, or even one route and then some other stuff, I think that would be great as well. Maybe after Scarlet Hollow's done, maybe they'll come back, add a new route. I will say I know Abby did talk a little bit in the Discord about how she kind of went over some unused princess vessel designs, and I think and just some like little notes about them. I think one of the vessels what I really enjoyed about that was it was kind of like, what if you share too much with the princess, like too soon? So it was like you shared way too much in Act 1, and then how that escalates during Chapter 2, Chapter 3. I think that's a pretty good, venue to explore. That was like a new route. I think that would be cool. But again, I want to tell the narrator something. That is pretty cool. I think in his last minute of need, I'm gonna tell him that I don't want to stay in the middle fence. I know that's our whole character, but I'm gonna tell him straight up, I'm not slaying her. I'm not gonna slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away.
Here, all right. We are continuing the end game. Continuing the end game. Let's see how this goes. What happens when we continue the end game? What are the Magnus archives?
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I love how she's got. I love the Eastern culture influence for her final design. I'm guessing these are, my interpretation is that, she's made up of, a bunch of vessels that we've never seen before, obviously. I'm guessing they're all naked, and I guess that is more of like a call on purity and innocence. But I really like how she's got two arms up in the air, which could be standoffish. Two arms in the middle that are kind of like, if we gotta fight, we gotta fight. Like defense, get ready to battle. And then she's got two arms facing downward, which are kind of like a sign of welcoming. I really like that a lot. And she's got the stranger look too, with the multiple heads. Notice though, her voice does not sound as curious as when you were originally bringing the vessels to her. Her voice sounds more set. So I like that. I like that a lot. We're obviously going to say that we missed her too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response and then patiently waits for you to continue. Let's see. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means. What happens now? Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? Yeah, I've actually done I've done two deep dive posts on the music of Slay the Princess. The music, the original soundtrack is phenomenal. It is one of the best sounding soundtracks I've heard in gaming in at least the last 5 years. I'm not going to say it's the best, but it's one of the best. It is in that category. Especially when you think about this from like a visual novel game. You don't expect I don't think when we look at visual novels, we expect the music to be bangers. Well, maybe. I don't know. That's probably a yes or a no question. But, I mean, the amount of heart that went into the soundtrack just needs to be studied. It's a very beautiful game. If you care about vocals, this game is amazing. If you care about emotion given song, this soundtrack satisfies that. It feels complete. In my opinion, I think Slay the Princess raises the bar when we think about, adding music to a video game. And there's a lot of games over the years that do that. And I'm happy to know that Slay the Princess can also be featured in that same list. So, with that being said, what happens now? Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? We'll say that.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, He gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Now this part's interesting too. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is it falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out, the entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? That's a really good question. That's a very good question. So she's saying, are you going to kill me? Or, you know, can we just leave? I'm not going to slay you. 100% not going to slay you. And I'm pretty sure if we say, I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go, I think that immediately triggers, like, the end game. So I want to show you guys at least what happens when you do have a conversation with her. So let's... I'm going to ask her that really good question.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
I mean, I'm not saying that we have to fight.
You are weightless and alone, suspended in the gravity of an idea too great for you to hold. The very ground beneath your feet loses its meaning. There is nothing but me. When you were confronted with my vessel's apotheosis, you chose to accept me, to allow me to burn away all doubt, and turn you into an instrument of my divine will. You accepted that I was everything, and together we found our purpose. Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
Wow, it is hope that carves meaning into consciousness. They really cooked as far as the script for this game goes. Now, address this vessel statement directly, appeal to your shared humanity. Reject her authority or argue your independence. Reject her perspective. I won't engage with violence. Reject her perspective. I won't engage in I don't want to fight, bro. I won't engage with violence. I want to actually, normally I would appeal to my shared humanity or argue my independence, but I want to try something a little bit different. It was you who stopped us from escaping. I miss when that was you. Submitting to you was a mistake. I would have destroyed you if I knew what you were. You were consumed by your own ego. I like that line because I think that's a line that I think we all kind of came to agreement with. Was that she was consumed by her own ego.
And through your lack of one, you too were consumed. Yet together, we were able to create something.
I think I'm going to address all of the vessels directly.
What once was one, then was two, and then was one again. You gave me shelter when you burned mine down, and then you struck another match. I pulled you from the ruins, and then we built a life. What once was one, then was one again. The peace didn't last. The worm in your heart came for us. It took you from me, but you took me with you, and together we both left. What once was one, then was two, and also one again. You and I are bound together. To rid yourself of me would be to leave yourself forever incomplete.
I don't think that was ever the point. I was never going to get rid of you. So we're going to address the vessel statement directly. I wish I could leave with you now like we did then. I miss being so close to you. Huh. Just because we're bound together doesn't mean I can't be whole without you. That was terrible. I never want to be so close to anyone ever again. Ooh. Wow, okay. I wish I could leave with you now like we did then. I miss being so close to you. I think the first two options are really good, and then the others are kind of like... The others are a little more negative. So let's just say I wish I could leave with you now like we did then.
Then leave with me.
Oh shit. I won't leave with you. Not until you see my perspective is crazy.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world. A picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair, you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars. But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out, and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us?
I can, but you need to see my perspective too. You know? I was so glad to dance with you. That was a mockery of a life we shared. What we shared there was agony, but it doesn't have to be like that. We can find... Red text ending. If you know, you know. I never want to hold the world still, but is suffering the only alternative? I never want to... Oh, shit. I was so glad to dance with you. Ooh. What we share... You know, you know what? After all the shit that we did in the Happily Ever After story arc, I'm gonna go ahead and just tell her that I'm glad that I danced with her.
And dance with me again, and I'll never have to stop.
A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
I'm gonna address this vessel statement directly. If I had known what you really were, I wouldn't have been so quick to free you. Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation.
I bleed you. I grind you to paste. My scars are a memory of what you used to be to me. I want those feelings back. You run, but you do not run away. You take me somewhere new, somewhere we can dance like we used to. But I could not follow your steps. There was no better gift for me than the gift of defeat. You showed me how much more I could be. We made each other better. To have no challenges to fade into nothing. A life without obstacles is no life at all.
Whoa. That was a red text. I remember the moment of my victory. I remember the moment of my victory. As soon as you entered my domain, I destroyed you. Wow, that is red. That is red. Red text ending. I feel like I need to save again. I feel like I definitely need to save again because holy shit. That was crazy. The red text requires all of the vessels. I remember the moment of my victory. Genocide? Okay, let's press it.
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front
Oh
of you.
shit.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Well, seems like the red text is gone. Wait, what? So by clicking that, if I replay the game again, then I get a new ending? So what you're saying is I need to continue... Hold on, so what you're saying is So whatever I'm doing now, I do that ending. And then after I do this ending, replay the game and I get a new ending. It's okay if you just want to like type it out and then retract it, you know, in case the viewers haven't seen this, but I'm totally okay. Since this is not a blind run through. I knew about what happens if you don't bring any vessels. I know about that. So if I don't bring her any vessels, then wait, hold on. I need you to just tell me. Okay. You're edging me right now. I'm gonna be completely honest. You are edging me right now. So I'm gonna just continue this I'm just gonna continue this, and I'm assuming when I play the game again, then they'll depend. So are there two new endings? Are there two endings? I know there's the ending where you don't bring her any vessels, but is there another secret ending other than that? Oh, okay. You know what? No, I see what you're talking about now. Okay, so I fucked up. So pretty much the secret ending is that for every vessel, I needed to choose the red text dialogue choice options, and then I would be able to face off against the shifting mound alone without the vessels and without help. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Well, I screwed up, so what I'll probably have to do is I'll probably have to go back to the Apotheosis save, probably off stream, and then continue. Well, now let's see. What do you think happens if we leave here? See, we don't have to fight, but also I want you to respect my opinion. Wait a minute. Are you saying that I have to play this? I have to do 4 more runs before getting the other, like, the ending where I get to fight her by myself? You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. I don't really think it has to do with changing each other. I think we just need to understand each other's opinion, but we're not. I mean, obviously, we could just leave together, you know, go through that green world. Now I'm curious. It's not. It does. This doesn't have to do with anything about changing people. I think we just have to come to an understanding. We don't have to fight. We don't have to change each other's opinion, but we also need to, like, understand where each other's coming from, not dismiss one another, and just kind of, like, agree to disagree. But clearly, it's not happening. I'm not. So I don't want to slay her. Obviously, if you two go into the world, there's going to be, like, infinite death and also infinite rebirth. And I think that's what the Long Quiet is trying to convey. So you know what? Let's just do like the really great ending here.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth. What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Ooh, that's a good one. I thought you died whenever I looked in the mirror.
I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things? Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
Yeah, see, if I take the blade, I already know what's going to happen. We're going to reset.
The first time we heard her voice.
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
And maybe that's...
Like
there
that.
she is.
A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go.
I'm sure it could be very frustrating to be with someone who always tries to find the center of everything.
Empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say? Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back. The first time we met, you stabbed me in the heart, and I beat you to death with my bare hands. And it was fun. You really don't have to apologize. We both went a little overboard. But there's no reason we can't put it all behind us.
You know, when she puts it like that...
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either. I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
Amen.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin. Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
I don't know, but I've always wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a god. I want to walk through that cabin door as we are, just you and me. You know, I think taking her hand in yours is a great response. But a second great response, I think, is this one right here. None of those matter. Just be assertive. Give me your hand. I don't know, but I've always wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a god. I want to walk through that cabin door as we are. Just you and me. Oh, look at Sharp Princess blush.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Are you sure you don't want to come? Are you sure? No, are you going to be okay alone?
Yeah, it wouldn't feel right. But I'll be okay. I don't think I'll be alone for long either. I'm sure I can find the others.
It would be so interesting to walk through that cabin and, like, there are no other voices. Like, you can finally think. I guess they could make, like, maybe not a sequel game, but it would be kind of nice if they made, like, a chapter 4 or even a chapter 5. And I guess, well, maybe chapter 4. And, like, that chapter 4 could be, like, you get this ending, you have to get to this point, and you walk out the cabin, and then, like, it's not really a chapter, per se, it's more of an epilogue, but, like, you still have dialogue options and stuff. And you just, like, you cannot hear anybody, like, any of the other voices. You can't hear the other voices, and you have your own voice, and you're talking to the princess. I think that would be fantastic. And maybe depending on, like, your runs, you're either going to be, you're going to go into, the green world, or, somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a fan of the open to interpretation endings. But damn, are some of those open to interpretation endings really good? They really do hit you in the heart. And I think, depending on the vessels that you bring to the Shifting Mound, like, this epilogue right here can punch you so hard in the heart. Because, like,
I have no idea what it's going to be like.
You really have experienced...
Not that I'm scared or anything.
Everything.
It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
And there's only one option to say. Just like with Thorn, there's only one option, and that's to kiss her. With Princess, there's only one option. I love you.
I love you too. But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. Fuck. It's crazy. I haven't played this game in 2 months, and even I feel like I really feel like shedding a tear right now. That's the power of this game, man. Goodness gracious. I never understand how some players go for the reset ending, and I'm guessing that's because they bring the knife. I'm presuming that's why. They bring the knife, and I think when you bring the knife, it auto locks you for the reset ending. And I'm gonna be completely honest, if you even get to this point, there's no reason to bring the blade. Like, realistically, there's just no reason. But also, there is a reason. If you bring the blade, that kind of further cements the whole idea of, like, the loop and just, you just can't break out of that pattern. And I think that further strengthens, like, you know, resetting everything, which, I mean, I guess if she slays you here, I'm still trying to wrap my head around how that would happen, resetting the entire world. I will say, I kinda, yeah, endless loop. What I will say is, it's kind of nice though. And here's an idea: if they come back and add like an extra chapter, or if they do, you know, if they add some new scenes or something like that, it would be nice if the game recognized that you chose the reset ending. And I wish that there was like additional dialogue or additional sequences, either with you in the shifting mound in the beginning or like during the end. And like when you go back to the princess, you know, at the very end, like the true princess, you know, she says like, "You're back again?" You know, like something to where she acknowledges that you did the reset ending. I think that would have been icing on the cake. It would have been amazing. That literally, like, none of the and just to make it even better, imagine if some of the princesses, like, look how deep that the game could read your files, right? Imagine if you play the game, and then you restart and you play it again, and there's an extra dialogue or so of like, it could be the princess or it could be you, and it acknowledges that you are replaying the game again. I think that would be amazing. 100% that would be amazing. And I hope they do that. I really do hope that they do that. In the future, at least. But this game's amazing. It's beautiful. It's one of the best games of this. I know it's early because we're in 2025. We're at the midpoint of the decade, but so far, this game is one of the best games of this decade. You know, if Doki Doki Literature Club was one of the best games of like the 2010s as far as like visual novels go, I think Slay the Princess is one of the best like visual novel games of the 2020s. And Slay the Princess really put me on the map of Black Tabby games, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to, you know, play Scarlet Hollow and all of that stuff. But this game has so much lore, emotional depth, and just a rabbit hole of dialogue that you can analyze, talk about, ponder, wander, everything. It's just incredible. And I mean, obviously, depending on the vessels that you get, really does enrich the end game. I mean, wow. I'm glad that I returned back to this game. I really do. Well, we're about 3 hours and 16 minutes in, and that was the end of Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut. This was a roller coaster of a ride. I always have an amazing time when I revisit this game. It's so nice to return to a game and still like experience new things. That's what I love about this game. There's still other things about this game that I haven't seen on screen, but I did see like in the art book. So I'll definitely return to this game. I might do some stuff off stream. I might stream a little bit, you know, not today, but I might stream in the future, just doing, you know, different dialogues. I might do a run of just doing, you know, getting access to different endings and stuff. I think that'll be cool. But that's the end of the playthrough. I loved everything. We are missing one. When you've seen the worst sights the prison of the world can offer, you can always choose to walk away empty-handed. That is interesting. The spaces between damn both of you to an incomplete existence. Wow. And just, I mean, look at this. I mean, for the adversary, I mean, my job's not done. There's still a bunch of pictures that I still need to unlock. So I'll for sure be playing this game again. I think every vessel, I haven't unlocked everything. So there's still a lot to revisit with this game. I mean, the end of everything, I literally have... I mean, look at this. Look at all this. It's crazy. And no matter how many times I've played this game, I'm still missing 3 images. It is crazy. Wait, get her to break her own chains? Wait, what? Get her to break her own chains? That's a thing? You can do that? You can do that in Chapter 1? I didn't know that. Wow, okay. So, what I might do... And I'm still missing a vessel. I don't really know what this vessel is. Actually, I do know what this is. I think this is I have the gray. This is the one. The gray's the one where, you're burned alive. I'm missing the vessel where you're being drowned alive. I think that requires me killing Prisoner. Which is crazy, by the way. But, yeah. Am I missing Cage? Wait, Prisoner? I am missing Cage. That is crazy that I'm missing Cage. Wow, okay, so I'll definitely make sure that when I stream this again, I will do Cage. I can't believe I missed that. I thought I already gotten that on a playthrough, on console at least, but I guess I'm wrong. So stay tuned, I'll stream again. I'll probably title it like Slay the Princess Extras or something like that. And, that one that might be a long stream, but I will do Cage and try to unlock some other stuff. So. I guess, stay tuned for that. I'll try to stream a little bit more on YouTube as well. I've been streaming a lot more on Twitch, but I'll be streaming on YouTube as well. I want to thank Jessica and LMR for just keeping the chat very lively. I appreciate the both of you. It's been amazing. I appreciate the both of you. And I hope that you guys tune in to my next stream. I don't know if you guys have Twitch, but I do have a Twitch. And it's the same name, Cozy with Brando. But if you two are strictly YouTube. I would love to see you guys in my next stream on YouTube. I hope you guys take it easy. Not only just you two, but I hope everybody else that's watching right now, hope you have a great night. And I might stream on Twitch. But with that being said, thank you for sticking around. Good night, guys.